needs crafting. Our local craftsmen we have on Hyjal. We have Good Sir, and we have 2 crafters. I don't remember who the other guy is, though. But Good Sir crafts necks on Hyjal. So if you're looking for a neck. I know he crafts other stuff, but I don't remember exactly what else he crafts. Careful with the wicker bolts. Make sure you're interrupting the wicker bolts. Let's get ourselves like 12 key. We're going to be awesome. We're going to time this. Start the week off awesomely. What is your guys' favorite key this season? Careful with the wicker bolts. Make sure you're interrupting the wicker bolts. Remember to always run the ads towards a wall. If you're the tank and you're running out of the rank overseer's cast, make sure that you're running the rank overseer towards a wall. CanaryBoo and Priory, just for the big pulls. Yeah, that makes sense. CanaryBoo and Priory both have huge pulls. Honestly, I thought CanaryBoo would, like, I knew it was going to be hard this season, but I did not think it was going to be one of my last portals this season. CanaryBoo is the only portal I do not have this season currently. For CanaryBoo, I hit 29 million on my shaman. Nice. That's awesome. 29, I don't, wait, 29 million or 2.9 million? 29 million is ridiculous. We're pulling the entire section next. We're going to pull the rank overseer with the pack moles and the rock throw guys. Careful with the mole frenzy. Make sure you're interrupting the mole frenzy. Pulling the ads towards the wall. Again, every time you walk out of the rank overseer's cast, make sure you are walking towards a wall. The reason you want to make sure you're walking towards a wall is so that all of the ads follow you towards a wall and they're not following you out into the opening, into the open world. Watch the rocks. What is your overall wind up being at, Legendary Bacon? Like 4.1 million. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's awesome. Make sure you're getting the ads smashed by the rocks and or bait the ads onto the tracks. The tracks will run them over and then they will knock the ads everywhere and they'll knock the ads everywhere and you won't have to deal with so many ads during the boss fight. Oh, dang. I was not paying attention to the minecart. Also watch the minecart. You want to pull the boss over towards the minecart so that the party can leave the boss while they destroy the minecart. Watch the car. Charge. One ad. We're going to put him right there in the rock. Oh, we missed. Again, watch the car. That was the only time I did rip aggro from a tank. It was the only time I didn't. Okay, I have a problem with losing aggro to people, but I've gotten a lot better. I have not lost aggro to people since yesterday. But for real, I have a problem sometimes with losing aggro to people. Minecart is up. Now, it depends, though. Some specs, it's just bound to happen. It depends, though. If they open really hard and they continue to, like, if you can stay alive right when you pull aggro and then you continue to hit that hard, I hold aggro just fine. If it's a burst of damage and then the damage falls off and then they burst again, typically that's when it's hard to get aggro back. So, as long as they burst damage and then hold the burst of damage, it's fine. Or if they fall off, they stay low. That's also fine. Pull in the ants. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember where it is here. I have a few global cooldowns, but my initial burst is insane. Yeah, sounds insane. Mind if I ask, what level keys are you running? I would assume probably between 10, somewhere between 8 and 10 keys, or 8 and 12 keys, maybe. Pulling all the ants together. 10 to 12. Yeah. Careful the bonk cast. Don't stand on the bonk cast. Yeah, Shaman running 10 to 12, that's pretty good. The Bear Fan, I don't remember. Did you say you're DPSing or tanking this season on your bear?
Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
I don't remember if I asked. Just doing enough for weekly vaults for the most part. Main thing I enjoy is raiding. Well, if you would like, we do host 2 community raids a week. We host, and you're not required to come. You can come if you'd like to. So, we host a Monday community raid where Monday afternoon we run the normal raid. Usually it goes relatively quickly. I did not post our time in Discord this time. I'm gonna do that later. But our Monday raid yesterday went really quick. I want to say we probably cleared it in an hour and a half, but I haven't confirmed that yet, which is why I haven't posted it in Discord. And then on Wednesday night, we run our heroic raid. And you're welcome to bring an alt. If you have an alt who, like, you always want to play your warlock or your, I don't know, paladin. You're always welcome to bring alts to our community raids if you'd like to join. You can also bring your main if you'd like to get a quick key or a quick boss kill on your main. We had a really good showing on... Is the raid always later on Wednesday? Yes, the raid is always late Wednesday. It's the afternoon on Monday, and then it's the evening on Wednesday. So the raid on Wednesday starts at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. The raid on Monday starts at The raid on Monday starts at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. The raid on Wednesday, actually, it was moved from 10 p.m. Central Standard Time to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time because the 10 p.m. it was just running too late. 9 p.m. I feel is a more reasonable time to start a raid. My shaman would be locked out from my guild's heroic, but my ult could come depending on the time. Yeah, the heroic raid starts at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the normal raid starts at... The normal Monday raid starts at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. But we do actually have raid signups. If you'd like to look at our raid signups, we do actually have raid signups in our community Discord. So you can look in our community Discord, which just put !Discord and our link will come up. Well, it should come up. If it doesn't work, then I can link it myself. But we do have raid signups. It's not required that you sign up, but if you do sign up, then I'll hold a spot for you if I fill the raid. Yeah, it's a bit rough for me. Yeah, well, let's see, it's 9:40 Central Standard Time right now. But gotcha, that's a little late. Well, you're always welcome to come to the Monday normal raid as well if you'd like. I know a lot of people work on their alts on Mondays. And the Bear Fan, if you have, if you are available on like one of the Monday raids, we could always run a... Oh dang, we did not put out any of the fires. We could always run a heroic raid later in the season on a Monday raid day. In the afternoon. Yeah, for sure. If I'm around, I'd be down. Very nice. Yeah, we just... The heroic raid is a little bit difficult right now. But we are killing all the way up to... Where did we get? I think we almost killed the... I can't remember what he's called. The trash boss. Stick Bunker Junker. So we killed the first 3 easily. Sticks Bunker Junker, we got down to 11% last season. Or last Wednesday. But we could not kill Sticks Bunker Junker. So, tomorrow we should be able to kill Sticks Bunker Junker. The reason we couldn't kill Sticks Bunker... I just crapped everybody. The reason we couldn't kill Sticks Bunker Junker is because some random tank ran into the bomb and blew up the party. I think it was Sylvenza. They were fun and legendary. Well, thank you, the Bear Fan. And the Monday raid was totally clean. We like one-shot everything except Muggsy we pulled twice, but everything... Oh, Muggsy and the last guy we pulled twice. But the last guy doesn't really count, because there was some... We didn't have to pull him twice, we just pulled him twice. My guild is on Mythic Sticks at the moment. Test. Okay, so my headphones turned off, but they're back on now. We have another guy on here, I think, who is on Sticks Bunker Junker right now. Or, yeah, on Mythic. I don't know, might be that guy. Maybe we should do a poll. That would be cool. Yeah, so I don't actually... So I don't run the Mythic Raid unless I pug it. I have killed 2 Mythic Raid bosses. And they've both been with pug groups. I want to say it was the tree boss. The tree boss in the Emerald Dreams in Dragonflight. It was Gnarlroot and it was Khazra. I was looking back at my Dragonflight history the other day and realized that I had killed Gnarlroot on Mystic difficulty. I've been saying for a while that I just killed one Mystic raid boss, but apparently I've killed two. So, in your mailbox. Yeah. Pulling the boss off to the side. I'm using this new macro somebody helped put together the other day. This Death and Decay drops right where your mouse is. But I keep dropping my Death and Decay way off on the side. So it actually works out really well. It works out so well, I keep throwing my Death and Decay off to the side of the map. But it's a lot easier when I'm like standing here just to drop my Death and Decay really fast. It actually saves a lot of time, I think, on dropping your Death and Decay. Paranoid needs to be interrupted. This can be rough with pugs. My guild got CE last season after forming halfway through the season. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually awesome. Yeah, I mostly pug everything, so... But on Monday, we actually had a really good showing to our community raid. Most of our raid, they were actually part of the community, which is awesome. We had a really good showing. And then last Wednesday, we had... I want to say we had at least 6 people from our community. We had 5 or 6 people from our community. I don't know if I'm counting myself. But we had a really good showing last Wednesday, too, of our community. So that was awesome. Well, it's almost 4 a.m. for me. Thank you for coming by, Legendary. Oh, shoot. I accidentally got yeeted. Don't reset, boss. There we go. Hold on. I messed up. I stood on that axe. Okay. Well, thank you for coming by, Legendary Bacon Warrior. And thank you for the follow. I wish you luck on your dungeons, raids, and or vault, because I think the UK's vault is actually tomorrow. So I wish you luck on your vault. Oh wait, no. You said you got your vault. Well, I will see you again next time.
No more Candlekin. We can be free.
Play on NA servers. Oh, gotcha.
Darkness. Darkness cannot be time to flee.
Well, I will see you again next time. Better ping, ironically. That's kind of funny, actually. I think we have somebody who actually used to play on NA servers but went back to Oceanic servers. Because it was the other way, the ping was better on the Oceanic servers. Pulling the hordes into the candle. Make sure you're interrupting the drain light. Careful of the purple circles. Don't stand in the purple circles. Don't forget that the corridor creeper gets enraged. So the more dead adds that the corridor creeper is on top of, the more enraged he gets. You want to make sure you walk that corridor creeper off of the ads. So we have 2 darkness guys who are going to, stop our boat. See if we can pull them out. Keep our cart going. There we go. It didn't work. Okay. Keep the cart going. Don't forget that the cart actually stops when ads are inside of it. So if you can keep the ads out of the cart, your cart should keep moving. Sometimes the cart stops anyways. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, but you can bring the ads just outside sometimes and keep the cart walking in front of you. Careful with worms. You want to keep the worms on the opposite side of the cart, away from the dead ads. We have a candle right there.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
Remember, you want to keep the worms off of the ads, keeps them from enraging. 5% left on the worm. Okay, as soon as these ads die, we're gonna probably push the cart to the end, I think. Looks like the skittering darkness can come with us. Ah, no, he stopped the cart. Alright, pulling the last couple of ads into our cart. We have 9 minutes left on our 11 Darkflame Cleft. Drain light, make sure you're interrupting, drain light. I thought for a second that was my festering guy. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not using Sandlin. No, I'm using Deathbringer. It was we have another Death Knight in here. Alright, grabbing our dynamite. Don't forget that if you want to sit in the front of the car, you have to grab your dynamite first. If you want to sit in the back of the car, you have to grab your dynamite last. Also, the darkness is actually the final boss here. So right now the darkness starts at 100% health. You can throw dynamite at the boss to get his health down. I've seen the boss go as low as 80% health. I have not seen him go any lower than that. And whatever the boss's health ends at after this phase, he actually picks up at as in the final room. So if you leave him at 80% health, he'll be 80% health when you enter that final room. If he's 98% health, he'll still be 98% health when you open that last room. So the lower you can get the boss's health to, the better. Go into the corridor creepers. So right now we are at 89%. Pulling all our corridor creepers together. Don't forget that the corridor creepers, these guys are actually going to enrage the same as the other corridor creepers. The more dead ads that are underneath him, the more they enrage. So you want to make sure you're pulling these corridor creepers off of the dead ads. Also, the creeping shadow. The creeping shadow is actually a dot that these corridor creepers are going to put on you. Every time they melee you, they're going to put a dot of this creeping shadow. Creeping shadow is going to start out dealing 100,000 damage to you every 1 second for 5 seconds. The next corridor creeper that hits you, he's going to put another dot on you and another dot on you. To remove your stacks of the creeping shadows, I just put my Death and Decay on the roof. To remove your stacks of the creeping shadows, the healer actually can dispel you. Or you can just run from the ads for, I believe, 5 seconds to remove the stacks yourself. Every one of these worms, he's going to be just under 2%. So if you're not sure how many worms you need, just, I would say round to 2%, because these skittering darknesses, they're going to fill in the extra percent that you need. So right now we're going to get about 6% from these worms, which should mean that we are good to go to the final boss as soon as these worms die. If we do not get 6% from these worms, there's one more sleeping worm off in the corner that you can pull. And if you're still short 1%, but only 1%, if you're short more than 1%, you have to go back. But if you're short just 1%, past the boss, there's one sleeping mole at the end of the hallway. The sleeping mole at the end of the hallway is exactly 1%, and if you're short 1%, he does fill in your 1%. Okay, going to the boss. We have 5 minutes left. The darkness is about a 5-minute boss fight, though. So we're gonna pull him and hope for the best. Is this a boss week or a trash week? It's a trash week. So maybe he could be a shorter boss this week. Shadow Blast. Take the Shadow Blast away from the party. Shadow Blast will drain your candle. You want to make sure that you do not stand with your Shadow Blast over the candle. Careful with the beam. Pick up the candle and move the candle out of the beam if the beam is being cast. Drain light. Interrupt, drain light. You can use interrupts or CCs on the drain light cast. Shadow Blast. You want to take Shadow Blast away from the party. Oh, why am I still holding the candle? Put that down. We actually need candlelight, thank you. If you don't have candlelight, you will start to get feared, so you do want to make sure you have this candlelight lit at all times. If the candle is down to about 20% health, and nobody has grabbed a candle, you want to just go and grab a candlelight and put it in the candle. That purple circle, run it out away from the party. Call Darkness. Make sure you're interrupting Call Darkness every time it is being cast. Moving it out of the beam again. Now what I've started doing with this candle is I always move it towards where the majority of the party is. So if majority of the party is on the right side of the boss, I move it to the right side of the boss. And if majority of the party is on the left side of the boss, I move it to the left side of the boss. Purple circle. You want to take that purple circle away from the party. I've seen a lot of people, when they run the purple circle away from the party, they run it away from the party, they pick up a candle, they bring the candle back to the party after they're coming back. I don't know if that's the best answer, but it does give you something to do after you run away from the party with the purple. Boss dies at 55%. Careful with the wrangling darkness. Purple circle, take away from the boss. Drain light. Make sure you're interrupting that drain light cast. %62 left on the boss. He is almost dead. He just has a little more health. So also good note, I have tried to move the candle all the way between the two pillars because I figured if we moved it between the two pillars, then we wouldn't have to run as far to run the candle back, to run the candles back to the candle. If you move this candle between the two pillars, the candle lights will start to spawn on the other side of the map. Instead of spawning next to the pillars ahead of you, they actually spawn next to the pillars behind you. So I would recommend not moving the candle all the way to the other pillars, unless you absolutely have to. Nice. We timed 11 Darkflame Cleft with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left.